Hi, and welcome back to Bonds Tarot. My name is Carmen. Today we have a reading for you. Somebody that is in denial. Good morning, Miss Joanna. How are you? We've got Nuba, and this is from the Dark Goddess Oracle. For those of you that know my channel well, you know I read from the book for this one because there's good stuff in here. Nuba is the archetypal miser of Chinese origin. This green-clad goddess of drought descended from heaven and wanted to help her father. He was fighting a mighty battle against a wind god, Feng Bo, and a rain god, Yu Shi. I hope I'm saying that correct. Her drought power denied their victory, but instead of returning to heaven, she ran off to wander the earth, causing droughts and famine wherever she went. Little troublemaker, it looks like. So the advice here is make peace with a family member. Express your love more often with a kiss, with a hug, or tell people, I love you. Take better care of your body. Drink more water every day. I need to listen to that one. Be generous with your time. Rein in the excesses in your life. So there's a change here that would do you good. Something that you are being advised to change in terms of your mental or physical health and how you connect with those around you. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Happy Saturday. Let's dive in with I'm drawn to the fairy godmother oracle. So let's see what we've got there. Oops. What the hell? All right, you guys, this is going to be an interesting one. We have rejection and encouragement. So the basic vibe I'm getting here is that we have a situation where maybe there's a little bit of an icy connection that was once warm, or there's somebody that you don't get along with right now that you will eventually grow close to. There's like a shift or a swing to a different kind of energy here, away from rejection and towards encouragement. Let's get a few from the situation stack. So the denial could be around money issues or a relationship with somebody and how you deal with the money. Hi there, Tom. How are you doing? Hello, Lainey. We've got surviving and daily hustle on this card. It feels like maybe there's been some difficult rejections, some difficult obstacles, maybe even a significant pivot towards a different career or a different way of living. And almost like a light bulb going off, a realization, I know what I can do to improve this situation. I know what I can do to control my own fate, even though others view this as a risk. So this encouragement is telling you to take a risk that feels to you like self-care or doing the right thing for you. So this could be moving somewhere. This could be taking a different job. Some of you might be looking to get into something like trading stocks or maybe even playing poker. Some of you may be retiring or leaving a career in the past, maybe teaching and deciding to do something like bartending. there's a shift here that a lot of people are going to feel is not suited to who you are, but for you, it makes sense. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's dive in. This is the Meta Muse. King of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm going to go ahead and say yes. This looks like money issues. But we have recovery. Okay, this is really nice. Really nice confirmation, by the way. Something that you were blocked from seeing or didn't want to see. Now, this could include sometimes we have to unlearn conventional beliefs, things that we are taught via society, through our parents, friends, things that people inherently believe and don't necessarily want to explain why. For example, those of you that have worked in a career where people look down on you. Let's talk about like hospitality, right? If people are your server or your bartender, they are still people. They deserve respect. And I feel like some of those jobs out there, they don't necessarily get that respect that they are deserving of. So somebody might have had to kind of reframe how they view their career trajectory or what their goals are, what would make for a happy mental health situation. Considering the money, right? That has to be a major part here. Somebody's looking to become more like self-sufficient, independent, not have to worry about affording groceries. And it's like they had to remove this particular belief that everyone would respect me more if I'm doing this versus if I'm doing this. And then we have recovery. It's almost as if you're trying to find a way to justify this decision to people, and then the justification just kind of becomes obvious because you aren't stressed over money anymore, because things are not toxic or out of your control. There's something here about you being able to like manage what's going on. Just to go back to like the hospitality industry, you know, sometimes you have to take out a giant tray of food, right? You've got to be able to really make sure you can balance all that. You don't want to drop like 5 plates of food, right? Whoever you are figuring out how to balance that tray. We have the Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. And then we have Strength in the reverse. And this is coming across to me as a little bit of fear or insecurity, kind of like an imposter syndrome, like, I don't know if I'm strong enough to make this work, or like self-doubt. And I feel like the universe placed this encouragement card in your reading to tell you to keep that chin up, focus on your strengths, apply time and invest in the things that you feel like you need to improve upon, and the rest will work itself out. You have to stay positive and continue to invest in what you're trying to build, and look for those pieces of confidence wherever you can find them. You know, we're not trying to be cocky motherfuckers over here. Sorry, you too. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with appreciating the things that you do well in a way that helps you grow as a person, right? As an artist, it can be really easy just to like criticize everything that I do. Working on a landscape painting right now, and I finally don't hate it. That's about as glowing praise as I can get right now. We've got to be at a point where we're comfortable with self-monitoring and self-awareness, meaning I know what I need to work on. I know what is going well, what isn't going well. And I know the steps that I need to take to get to a place where I feel better about that thing. You know, if we're going to go back to hospitality, I can balance 3 plates on a tray. Now I'm working up to 4, feeling better about that. I've watched other people. I notice they use their knees when they're lowering down to put the food down. I'm going to start doing, you know what I mean? Like, you have things that you work on and you give yourself points for that, right? I'm making progress. This is good. All right. I'm off my podium now. Sorry. The Fool in the reverse. 2 of Swords. 2 of Cups in the reverse. Lordy. This to me actually feels like a friendship that falls out. So there could be a sense here that one person is growing and another person is staying like willingly in a low vibe situation or mentality. So, for example, for some of you, this could be you decide that you're done going out to the club or partying, but that's still your best friend's favorite activity, 5 nights a week. There's going to be a little bit of tension in that situation, right? Because somebody expects you to be a ride along or a partner in crime. And you're like, kind of over it. There's some sort of like distancing here happening between two people that were very close, and it has something to do with the decisions you're making to improve your life. Remember the advice we got at the beginning. There are important matters here that are feeling a little bit stagnant, but you have the ability to address them. You are the captain of your own ship, master of your own fate. You can take whatever steps you know you need to take to get past this blockage. And there are options for you. The Seven of Cups, clarifying the Princess of Pentacles, which is a new start, like a fresh start. We've got the need to really look at your choices because there are some that are not worth your time. So let's pretend you're facing, you're doing 3 interviews and those different companies are actually quite different. You do some research on them. You figure out the health of the company. You ask some particular questions, right? Let's just all remind ourselves that the employer needs you more than you need them. I know that sounds weird because things are expensive these days. But we have to remember that an interview is not just somebody asking us questions to determine if we're fit for employment. It is also our responsibility to see if that employer is fit for employing you. Do they have respect for their employees? Do they have the benefits that you need? Do they have, the ability to address problems within? There's something here about really doing your due diligence in terms of making this choice because there are some not so great options here and you're being asked to let go of those and move past. Have, some standards. I'm not telling you have to hold out for being the next Taylor Swift, but obviously you've got to be able to let go of the things that are just not going to work out for you, just like you would with a relationship, right? Actually, let's change to a different deck. We're going to go with the Morgan Greer. What else do we have? We have the Queen of Rods or Queen of Wands, and she's in the reverse. This is that friendship issue that we're having. Wow. We have the Two of Swords again. So we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse, the Seven of Wands, Two of Swords. This is somebody that feels like their close friend or, support system is not being supportive or is making it a battle for a decision to be made, for some progress to be made. Again, let's use the I don't want to go partying. This person keeps asking, even though you said, I don't really want to do that anymore. Well, they feel like you're supposed to go with them and they keep asking. How is that going to go if they're refusing to understand that this is something that you're doing for yourself? Like, you're my good friend. You decide you don't want to do that anymore. I don't care how much I enjoy doing that. I'm going to do what I can to be supportive of you and the efforts you're making to improve upon your life. I'm not going to try to rain on your parade there just because it's convenient for me, right? Four of Pentacles in reverse. Hi there, David. How are you doing? Hello, Grace. So Four of Pentacles in the reverse, Page of Cups. So it kind of looks to me like when you have a conversation or during multiple conversations with this person, it looks like your general sentiment is this person isn't going to change. Either I have to let go of what I'm working on or accept kind of like that this is going to be a problem, and they're probably not going to apologize for wanting something that I don't. Like this realization card, starting to realize that this person is maybe a little bit too invested in this lifestyle, and you may not be able to be the same kind of set of friends, right? Or relationship, because you're working on your money. King of Pentacles. This is somebody who is reliable, responsible, generally seen as wealthy. When you start making these right decisions for yourself and you are no longer in denial, then you start to see your money improve. We have the Three of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords in reverse. It's a little disconcerting. I feel like it may take a little while, but there's going to be, within a small social circle or social community here, we've got somebody that eventually kind of like blows up, right? So this could be you. It could be the other person, but it looks like we have somebody that's trying to make things work, trying to be civil, trying to be, chill about the situation, holding it in, right? Not necessarily having that conversation. Hey, this is like a boundary of mine, or hey, this is something that I would like to like no longer do. I need you to respect that. You've got to be able to let off steam and talk through things that are frustrating before it gets to a fever pitch. Because I feel like we have somebody here that is trying to remain chill, not wanting to like ruffle any feathers. And then because you hold on to that, all of a sudden you blow up and you're like, how many times do I have to tell you the same damn thing? Except for like with 80 more expletives. Like, I've definitely done the thing where I don't address a problem and it gets worse and then I blow up, right? You have to learn over time. That's just not a very effective way to approach the world, right? So you're being encouraged to have this conversation and defend your position in a timely manner, because if you don't, it's going to cause a bigger fight. And I don't get the impression you really want to have an argument with this person. You might need to have a little bit more distance from them, but I don't think you want to have an argument. Yes, Queen of Swords, talk about what you need, talk about those boundaries, be civil or like respectful about it. Don't let it get to a point where you blow up on somebody. Because with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, yes, there is definitely change going on here, and it may be uncomfortable. It may feel more like a disruption. But how you handle the kind of friction or tension that you have with this person due to this lifestyle change determines whether or not there is another chapter. So in other words, this is either somebody that you end up not really being close to anymore, or you find a way to navigate those differences. It's all about how you handle that conversation or that difference. Let's get a few from the Kipper. We have toil and labor, sudden wealth in the reverse, and thief. All right, so I'm obviously not a big fan of the thief card. We have numbers 38, 11, and 24. It feels to me like whatever you have been doing for work, you are not being compensated appropriately. It's not that you were expecting to be a millionaire. It's that what you had rightfully earned was taken or was changed, or maybe it's even just with inflation, your whole raise, poof, gone, you know? There's a sense here that the system is like rigged against you, and you don't really feel like it's worth your time to be like a solid employee in this situation because you'll never actually make the money that you should be making. So, for example, I once worked for a dipshit that told me, "Oh, I'm never going to give you a raise. If you want to make more money, you got to work harder." That's all. Okay, cool. I'm gonna find another job. And I did. Some people don't realize that your workforce is an asset, is a resource, not just one that should be controlled, but one that should be respected. So there's something here about you realizing whatever I'm doing, and maybe you're in a partnership with somebody, and that's what's happening here. Maybe you own a business with somebody. But whatever you've realized about your money, it's that right there, no matter how much work and effort I put in there, it's not going to work out. So I'm not going to give you my blood, sweat, and tears so that I can sleep on a cot at night. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go make my own money in a place that is, a little bit more free, a little bit less depressing. Never going to give you a raise. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm over it. 9 of Pentacles and the reverse, and the 9 of Swords. So 99 could be important, or just the number 9. You may see the number 9 over the next couple of days. Something may happen in the next 9 days that is relevant to this change or this realization for you. But whatever it is, this is something that tells me you are definitely focused or working to address this financial issue, because you do feel like you don't have the ability to control the outcome. It's like, if we were to kind of change up the example a little bit, it's like you're trying to sell a house and the market doubles its rate. You know what I mean? Like, well, that's not my fault. Now I don't have anybody that can like qualify as a buyer, but like my product's good. Like, that's a nice house over there, like fenced in backyard, big old tree. Doesn't matter because nobody can afford the rates. There's something that's out of your control that has caused this financial situation, and you're figuring out a way to get around it. And good for you. I feel like I need to say hello to somebody. Hello, Isaiah. How are you doing? Good morning. Let's see what else we have for you. We have the Empress and the Tower, along with the 5 of Swords. So this isn't a fun thing to tell you, but this person who doesn't want to change the behavior that you're working to change, maybe they're just really irresponsible with their money and you're sick of having money issues, but they're not actually working to change any of their problems. For some of you, you're going to realize this person is part of the problem. If you're in a relationship where they're constantly, financially stressed out and depend upon you to pay their bills and they don't like communicate it, for example, this will continue to siphon off success from you, right? With the 5 of Swords, this is, for me, looking like intentional sabotage, intentional dependency, right? You're going to create something that is beautiful. For some of you, you're starting your own company or your company is about to take off, but there's this person who feels some sort of entitlement here that makes it difficult for you to really gain ground or get a nice, savings set up. We have the Page of Cups in the reverse and the Hanged Man in the reverse. So, a quick little poll for you all. Is it worse to get no apology or an apology that is not genuine? I honestly would probably just rather get the lack of an apology. Like, don't even apologize if you're not gonna try to change that, right? To me, if I say I'm sorry about something, that implies that I'm going to avoid doing that in the future, right? So for people who apologize and then do the same shit over and over again, this is their card combo, right? I'm not really sorry. I know that I should be doing something different, but I ain't gonna change. I'm not gonna do anything different. This is just what I do. This is who I am. I'm a Scorpio. I'm a Cancer. Whatever it is, I'm not really blaming those. But some sort of, well, that's just part of my nature. Okay, well, if you're not going to change something that consistently makes me feel disrespected or uncomfortable, then it sounds like we're at an impasse and I should probably just go my own way, right? Because you're saying it's not important for you that I feel comfortable, right? Two of Wands, Two of Cups in the reverse. If you don't want to be respectful towards me in a way that is also taking into consideration what makes sense for you, then I don't know if there's really a friendship or a relationship here. I might have to go somewhere else. This maybe just doesn't work. I gotta be real, there's a sense of somebody using you here, expecting you to just pick up the pieces of whatever they do and make things better. And if this is somebody who is actively holding you back or contributing to the problems you're experiencing and feeling not bad about it, that's not somebody who loves you. You deserve somebody that wants you to be happy, whether that's a friend or a partner or a family member, right? And nobody's perfect. We all have to learn things. But at the very least, if you could just want me to be happy, that would be really nice. Yeah, exactly. Hello there, masters. How are we doing today? Here we go with the continued disrespect or using behavior, right? I'm going to do whatever I want to do. I'm going to rely on you to fix some things for me. And then we have the Four of Cups, which is about rejection. If this person is willfully continuing down that path of destruction and not really caring how they impact your life, then why should you prioritize doing things for them over what you need to do for yourself? You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? All right, this is the Steampunk Tarot. We're going to get just a little bit of advice here for you, and then we'll wrap it up. We've got the Page of Cups. Seems to be a common theme today. Apologies speak volumes. If somebody is genuine in an apology and they follow it up with changed behavior because they understand what's important to you and want to be respectful towards you, then that's the kind of energy we're looking for, right? But we have Six of Pentacles in the reverse, Two of Pentacles. But if that person just consistently is unfair, more of a taker than a giver, and expects you to solve their issues all the time, then you would be much better off resolving your own issues, particularly with regards to finances, if you didn't have to stop and fix their problems for them first, right? If you could just focus on your own thing. Hi there, I'm yours. How's it going? Hello, Bernadette. Welcome in. Hello, Tiana. How are you? All right, we've got Four of Pentacles and the reverse. We've gotten that over here as well. This is about letting go. Life is about accepting that even the most precious things that we come into contact with, we don't have for as long as we want. I'm trying not to think about Hambone. Miss that little guy so much. We've got to be able to appreciate the time that we have with people or animals, whatever it is, and not get caught up on the, I really want to drag this out more, right? Like, I could have paid to have Hambone stick around a little bit longer, but he would have been in pain. And that wouldn't have been right. You know, like that's selfish. Sometimes we have to just kind of swallow that pain, move through it, accept we had a really nice friendship. We had a really nice relationship. We had a really nice, you know, cuddle sesh, whatever it is that you had with that person, right? And appreciate it for what you had, right? If this is a friendship that is ending or a relationship that is ending because you are growing as a person, that is a damn good reason to move forward. And maybe some of you will inspire the person you're leaving behind to also make some changes. We have the High Priestess coming out in the upright, and I really like that because we had the High Priestess in the reverse at the beginning, right next to the King of Pentacles in the reverse. And now we've had the King of Pentacles come out in the upright, indicating a change, a positive change in your finances. And now we have somebody who's listening to their intuition again. Don't deny what you know to be true just because somebody selfishly says that it isn't. You know when somebody's doing that. You know when somebody's just saying something because it suits them. We have the Four of Swords in the reverse. Without moving forward, it's difficult for you to heal. So it is important for you to prioritize the things that you know are right for you. We have the Queen of Swords and the Devil. You have the ability to draw a line in the sand that protects you from whatever it is that you've decided you no longer need to do, whatever change in behavior you need to make. You need to stick by those boundaries because it will help you in terms of your own self-love and some sort of creative endeavor here. Some of you might have a book that you need to write. Some of you may have a really great collection of songs that you're going to produce. Whatever it is, there's something here that you're meant to do, which could be part of this shift here in terms of your career. There's something you're drawn to, something that you're very skilled at, that you're meant to create or put time into that is being delayed because of this relationship or friendship. So focus on the things that reward you or help you feel like you're moving forward. And that's a great way to approach things. That sounds good. All right, I'm going to leave it here, everyone. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Sending you lots of love. I hope you have a wonderful weekend or whatever day it is, and I will see you on the next reading.